Kayo the Penguin, Little Penguin Big World. And today, an adventure in the jungle. Kayo and Elephant Ed. Written by Jakub Leśniak. Read by Ola Stalmach. Do you remember Kayo? Kayo is a little penguin from an icy island far, far away at the bottom of the world. He has a black coat, a white belly, and two small flippers that he flaps when he's happy. Kayo has a friend, the whale Hugo. Hugo lives everywhere because the sea is his home. And it was Hugo who took Kayo on a journey. They swam through a green sea. Hugo swam slowly, and Kayo stood on his back like a captain on a ship. "Over there," said Hugo, and nodded his great head towards the shore. Kayo saw a beach, but not a beach like the one on his island. No ice, no snow, just sand, golden, soft sand, and trees with brown trunks and great green leaves right at the top. "Are those the umbrellas on trees?" asked Kayo. "Palm trees," said Hugo. "Go on," said Hugo. "I'll wait. I'm too big for the beach." "And what's over there?" asked Kayo, looking at the wall of trees behind the palms. "I don't know," said Hugo. "I've never been there. I'm a whale. We don't walk on land." And Hugo smiled that big, slow smile of his. "But you can." Kayo jumped off Hugo's back and landed on the sand, and straight away he felt something strange. The sand was warm under his feet. On Kayo's island, everything was cold, but here the sand was warm like a hug. Kayo stood on one foot, then on the other, then on the first one again. He couldn't decide which foot should get the warmth. It was a very hard question, and Kayo never answered it, because suddenly he saw something behind the palms. Something green, thick, dark. A jungle. Up close, the jungle looked like a green wall. Leaves, branches, vines, flowers, all tangled and thick and full of sounds. On Kayo's island, it was quiet, the hush of the sea and the cry of gulls. That was all. But here? Birds chirped, something rustled in the leaves, something buzzed near Kayo's ear, and smells, 1,000 smells at once. Kayo stood at the edge of the jungle and sniffed. On his island, it smelled of fish. Here it smelled of everything. And then he saw a path, a very narrow path. "The path is narrow," thought Kayo. "So narrow that no big animal could fit on it. And if no big animal can fit, then it's safe." That was very logical reasoning, and very, very wrong. But Kayo didn't know that yet. He stepped onto the path. He went deeper and deeper. The path twisted left, then right. A canopy of leaves hung overhead. On both sides grew ferns as tall as Kayo. It was like a walk through an enchanted garden. And then the birds went quiet. All at once, it went silent. Quiet, like before a storm. Snap! Somewhere far off, a branch broke. Then another. Snap, snap, snap. The ground began to shake. Trees swayed. Something was coming, something huge. And it was coming straight at Kayo. Kayo gulped. This path was supposed to be too narrow for big animals, he thought. And then he saw them. First, two huge gray columns. It took him a moment to realize they were legs. Standing in front of him was an elephant. No, an elephant. So big that Kayo had to tip his head right back to see his ears. And the ears were huge, like two great blankets. And behind him, more elephants, a whole herd, big ones and little ones. One baby elephant was so small that he walked next to his mum, holding her tail with his trunk. The path that was supposed to be too narrow for big animals was perfect for a herd of elephants. The elephants simply walked, and the jungle stepped out of the way. Kayo stood in the middle of the path, a small black and white penguin in front of a huge grey elephant, like a pebble in front of a mountain. The great elephant raised his trunk and sniffed the air. Then he lowered his head and looked at Kayo. And then Kayo saw something out of the corner of his eye. Right above the path, something huge, coiled. At first it looked like a branch, but branches don't move. It was a python, a huge, thick, green and brown python, coiled like a rope and waiting. Kayo looked from the python to the elephants. The python was looking at the elephants. The elephants couldn't see the python. And Kayo understood. The python was waiting for the baby elephant. Kayo didn't think. Kayo did what he felt. "Watch out!" he shouted as loudly as he could. "In the tree! Look at the tree!" And he flapped his flippers like crazy. The great elephant looked up. He saw the python. He raised his trunk high into the sky and trumpeted. It was the loudest sound Kayo had ever heard. And then the other elephants trumpeted too. All at once, the jungle shook. Leaves fell from the trees. And the python, he dropped off the branch like a wet rope. Splat! He saw 7 furious elephants and vanished into the bushes in 1 second. No python in his life had ever run away so fast. The great elephant turned to Kayo, slowly, gently. He lowered his huge head. His eye, dark, warm, wise, was level with Kayo. "You," said the elephant in a deep voice, "you just saved my grandson." I only shouted," said Kayo. "And your shout saved his life. I'm Edward, but call me Ed." Ed reached out his trunk and gently touched Kayo on the head, as if stroking him. "And you?" asked Ed. "I've never seen anything like you. You're black and white and small, and you have strange little wings." "I'm Kayo. I'm a penguin. I live on an icy island far away from here." "How did you get here?" "On the back of my friend Hugo. Hugo is a whale. He lives everywhere." Ed blinked his great eyes. "A whale who lives everywhere and a penguin who saves elephants?" said Ed. "That's the strangest day in my jungle in 100 years." And Ed laughed. When an elephant laughs, it sounds like thunder. But warm thunder, the kind that's followed by a rainbow. "Climb on," said Ed. And Ed leaned down, reached out his trunk, gently picked Kayo up and set him on his head. Kayo was sitting on an elephant's head. He could see the whole jungle from above. Treetops, colorful birds, butterflies the size of plates. "Hold on," said Ed. And the herd set off. At the very back walked an elephant who introduced himself as Teddy. "Want to hear a joke?" said Teddy. "Teddy, not now," sighed Ed. "Why doesn't an elephant play cards?" said Teddy. "Because he trumpets too much." Teddy laughed at himself so loudly that the birds flew off the trees. Kayo laughed too. Teddy was like Kayo's dad. He told jokes that only he laughed at. They walked on through a bamboo forest. The elephants snapped the bamboo with their trunks and chewed with satisfaction. Ed handed Kayo a piece. "I prefer fish," said Kayo honestly. "We don't eat fish," said Ed. "We eat bamboo, grass, and tree bark." "Tree bark?" said Kayo, astonished. "That's like eating ice on my island." Ed laughed his warm thunder laugh. In the distance they saw a waterfall, a great, huge waterfall. The water fell from such a height that the top was hidden in mist, and below was a lake as green as an emerald. "This is the heart of the jungle," said Ed. And then Kayo saw a fish in the lake, silver, small, fast, just like the ones on his island. Splash! Kayo jumped in the water and started chasing fish, left, right, exactly like at home. "He eats fish," said Teddy in horror. "Raw." "He's a penguin, Teddy," said Ed calmly. "I'd rather have bamboo," said Teddy. Kayo surfaced with his third fish. "And I wouldn't rather have bamboo," said Kayo, and everyone laughed. Even the baby elephant, who didn't understand why, but laughed because everyone was laughing. And when everyone is laughing, the world is fine. Ed told Kayo that elephants talk in sounds so low that humans can't hear them. They put their feet on the ground and listen. "Just like whales," said Kayo. "Hugo speaks in such a deep voice that you feel it in your belly." "The sea carries the voices of whales and the earth carries the voices of elephants," said Kayo. "It's almost the same thing." "Because we all live on the same planet," said Ed. "And everything is connected." The sun began to set. Little lights flickered between the trees like tiny flying stars. "What's that?" asked Kayo. "Fireflies," said Ed. "Little insects that glow." Kayo thought of the fish that glow in the deep sea. Everything glows, he thought, under the water and on the land. Hugo was waiting on the beach. Ed leaned down and gently set Kayo on the sand. "Kayo," said Ed, "you are the bravest little penguin I've ever met." "I'm the only little penguin you've ever met," said Kayo. "True," said Ed, "but the bravest all the same." The baby elephant came up and touched Kayo on the belly with his trunk, gently, like a thank you without words. "Elephants never forget," said Ed. "That's our superpower. Wherever you swim, we will remember you." Kayo jumped into the sea and climbed onto Hugo's back. "Hugo," said Kayo, "the jungle is the most beautiful place in the world. There are trees like umbrellas, bamboo, a waterfall, and fireflies and elephants, such big ones, and they eat trees and they talk through the earth." "And what did you like best?" Kayo thought for a moment. "That everything is connected," he said. "The sea, the land, the sky, whales, elephants, penguins, everything." Hugo smiled his big, slow smile. "You come back wiser," he said. "Then I left," finished Kayo. And they swam off into the night. Behind them on the beach, 7 elephants stood in a row and looked out to sea. Ed raised his trunk and trumpeted, softly, gently, like a goodbye. Kayo waved his flippers as long as he could see them, and then he waved a little more, just in case. And now, before this adventure ends, Kayo would like to tell you a few fun facts about his new friend Ed. Did you know that elephants really do never forget? They have an amazing memory and can remember places, people, and other elephants even after many, many years. A grandma elephant remembers the way to a watering hole she last visited 20 years ago. Did you know that elephants talk to each other in sounds so low that humans can't hear them? They put their feet on the ground and feel the vibrations. That's how they talk over distances of even 10 kilometers. It's like being able to chat with a friend who lives in another city. Did you know that an elephant's trunk has over 40,000 muscles? Your whole body has about 600. The trunk can lift a whole tree, but also a single peanut. It's as strong as a crane and as gentle as a finger. And one more thing. When a baby elephant is born, the whole family comes to greet him. They touch him with their trunks and make happy sounds. Because for elephants, family is the most important thing in the world, just like for little penguins. That was the second episode of The Adventures of Kayo the Penguin. Kayo met Ed the elephant and his family, saved a baby elephant from a python, and ate breakfast in a bamboo forest. But the journey isn't over. In the next episode, Kayo will go to a place so hot that even the stones get warm. He'll meet someone with a very, very long neck, someone who sees further than anyone. But that's a story for next time. Until the next adventure, little explorer. The end. Written by Jakub Leśniak. Read by Ola Stalmach.